Today, I'm going to talk to you about 3 things that a non-resident LLC owner cannot do. One thing you can do as a non-resident LLC owner, if you're Fred from Colombia and you have a freelance job, you're a software engineer, one thing you can do is not pay taxes in the US if you follow these 3 things of what you can't do. Obviously, there's a lot of information on YouTube, but on my channel, I work with non-residents all over the world. I'm a US tax expert, and I want to give you the right information and the right insights on how you should manage this so that you can keep your business open and tax-free and fully US compliant. The first thing that you cannot do as a non-resident with an LLC is do work inside the US. And that means that you shouldn't come present at a conference and get paid to speak in person in the US. You shouldn't come, like let's say you're installing things. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying that you should call me and we should figure out how you can do it and protect yourself from paying income taxes in the US while you're doing that. Always make the money, always get paid what you earn, what you do, and what you deserve. And always like try and grow your business and better yourself. I'm not saying don't do that. I'm saying don't just come to the US and do work for no reason, or don't do business meetings here for no reason. I think the risk is pretty low of anyone finding out, but you still like, you can't do it. You can't do work in the US. Can you meet people? Sure. Can you travel to the US? Sure. When you travel to the US, pro tip right now, don't tell immigration that you're here doing business or you're here doing anything other than tourism if you don't have a business visa. Even if you're a British citizen, when you're coming to the US, don't come in and say that you are doing business in the US or that you have a meeting or that you have an LLC or that you have anything. Don't even talk about that. I would focus instead on tourism and why you're really coming. Number 2 is you cannot have employees in the United States as a non-resident with an LLC. What you can do is have contractors. You can have people that work for you, but not employees. And there's a big distinction. A contractor has an agreement that says they are only performing a certain service for you. They cannot make decisions on behalf of the company. And they're basically just someone you pay for a certain task and they do the task. An employee is someone who works at your direction every single day, only for you, and has an employment contract. And generally, you just can't legally employ someone in the US if you don't have the right kind of business. So you don't want to have employees in the US. If you do, you should probably restructure your business and be a corporation or do something different. And it's easy to avoid having an employee. You just have to arrange the contract the right way. So that's number 2, things you cannot do as a non-resident with an LLC is have US employees. Number 3, you cannot have inventory / get a business license in the US. And what this means is that you can have inventory in the right way. If you're an e-commerce business and you have a fulfillment center, that's fine. You can have inventory at a third-party contracted business that does that for other people. They're a fulfillment center. But you shouldn't send all of your product to your uncle's house and have your uncle fulfilling orders for you. That puts you at risk for US tax. Is like not the way you should do it if you don't want to pay taxes in the US. And additionally, I wanted to touch on that. The bonus thing was like getting a business license. People always ask, can I get a business license? And you have to register in the state where you're doing business, and then they kind of assume you're paying taxes there. So you can't really get a business license and not be a tax-free company. You can do it, but it's a little complicated. You have to apply in the state like you're actually doing business there. So most people are opening New Mexico or Wyoming companies, and these companies, you would have to like register to do business in the state. And if you're registering to do business in the state, it's kind of implied that you're doing business in the US. So while it's not the worst case scenario, generally you don't need it and it's not required and there's no other licenses you need. If you have any questions about this, if you think this video was helpful, let me know. I mean, I don't have much more about things you can't do. You can do so much. When you have an LLC, you're a foreign person, you have an LLC, you have a bank account, you can do all the business you want. You can get the money from everyone. You can pay it wherever you want. Generally, I just made a video on what kind of transactions and how to transact to not get your bank account closed, which I think relates to that. But you can basically do kind of whatever you want. There's not a lot of business licenses you need or anything you need when you're not really doing business in the US. If you are doing stuff in the US, let us know. If you need a consult or you want to like confirm what you're doing is right, you can definitely contact us. The links are in the description or jamesbakercpa.com/schedule. We'd love to help you guys out. Otherwise, I hope this video was helpful. Comment below if you have any questions, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.